Oh, hi there, you newfangled technologists. You're here to learn about NFTs. The truth is, nearly anything can be an NFT. These ads are NFTs. This non-friendly turtle and I will live on in infamy. NFTs are reimagining what it means to be an artist. So go forth and create your own narrow French toast, or nostalgic family towels, or even nonsensically fast trombones. What are you waiting for? Go, collect your NFT, create your own. Get out of here. I'm gonna go see if I can make this turtle smile.
Welcome back to another illustrious episode of your weekend briefing. Of course, I'm your host, Wade Teamer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's another glorious Friday. I hope you're getting ready to have a great weekend, as am I. This week was pretty spectacular in my opinion. And according to these headlines, the weekend is going to be pretty spectacular, especially in the crypto realm, because I'm telling you guys, there's a whole lot of money getting ready to come into the crypto space over the next couple of months. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video, okay? Crypto corporate cash flow. All right, starting with Shopify. Then I'm going to give you Robinhood and Uniswap potentially working together, a Defi ETF coming out of Goldman Sachs, and that's got an interesting list of companies attached to it. PayPal getting involved to looking into DeFi and smart contracts, State Street, which is a huge bank, and they're part of a special circle that we've been talking about a lot on this channel. Also got some Solana news for you guys, Polygon, of course, and then we're going to cover the major story for today, HBAR and Filecoin partnership. Okay, now the contents of this one is massive, so make sure you stick around for that. And also got a bonus story at the end. It's about Binance, guys. I think they, not Binance, but those coming after him, I think they've won. But we're going to start with Shopify, allowing their users to sell NFTs in their storefronts. Now, I think I hinted at this not too long ago, but here we are. Next phase in NFTs, item ownership, property ownership, media. As we saw in the intro, Tezos is changing the game when it comes to NFTs. But Shopify president Harley Finkelstein tweeted on July 26, if you spent 1 minute on the internet this year, you've seen a lot about NFTs. And now we are going to make it easier for our merchants to sell NFTs directly through our store. Now, there's some more interesting details as we get to the bottom of this story, guys. But he added that before this feature was added, merchants had to sell NFTs through third-party marketplaces. And they weren't very good. But this new feature, however, will give merchants more control over their relationship with customers in terms of how and where they want to buy. Finkelstein noted that one of the first sellers to use this feature is the NBA team, Chicago Bulls. The team is issuing a series of collectibles. The next batch will be up for sale started on July 28th. Now, this part of the article is where it gets good. They start giving out some statistics. It states that earlier this year, eBay announced its own intentions of adding collectibles to its online retail platform. That I didn't know, honestly. And this I didn't know either. Chinese payment company Alipay is also selling NFTs, according to recent reports. And it remains to be seen whether these services will be able to overtake high-profile NFT marketplaces such as OpenSea and Rarible. That I don't see. Not immediately, but down the line, yeah. Because here's what I can imagine happening. Once these legacy institutions come in, once the corporate players come in, all of the independent NFT marketplaces that were created, they're going to start seeing regulation and copyright strikes and all types of stuff. You know how the media plays it. But in addition to this decision to handle NFT sales, Shopify has historically supported cryptocurrencies. It accepts Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, and other payment methods. Now, here we go. Shopify is also a member of Facebook DM Association. Told you guys, proof's right there in the pudding, and everybody's working together. Okay, Shopify is also on a list and pertains to the World Economic Forum. So, yeah, what has got me so excited about today's video, guys, is the headlines that I've collected. They all resemble a change of sorts. Okay, they resemble a change of sorts. Like the legacy corporations are definitely coming in. And speaking of coming in to the market, Robinhood went public yesterday, and it's still under $38 as far as I'm concerned. Well, not as far as I'm concerned, but as far as I know, it didn't do well, but that's short term. Long term, though, and if this rumor pans out to be true, Robinhood and Uniswap are looking to work together. Now, the rest of the story talks about how Robinhood is going public, yada, yada, yada. None of that is important. What is important is this section right here. It states that expanding its crypto unit is not the only way Robinhood is engaging with crypto markets. In a since deleted video of last week's Ethereum Community Conference presentation, DeFi protocol Uniswap hinted at a possible partnership with the mobile stockbroker. During the presentation, Uniswap Labs growth lead Ashley Shapp stated, "One of the cool things that we've actually been talking about with them is a way to use Uniswap to automatically settle trades, and for example, right when it happens with the user." So now that we're back in focus, yes, Robinhood, Uniswap, automated market making, that's going to be massive. What else is going to be massive? Goldman Sachs files for DeFi ETF tied to public companies. Now, the details in the article, Decrypt writes them, and you know how you hear about long-winded people? Well, they're long-winded writers. They put a lot of information in these articles that just may not necessarily need to be there. But what I was able to pull from this story is this image right here. Okay, these are the companies that are going to be on Goldman's new ETF. Now, other YouTubers have reported on this, stating that there are no crypto companies involved. And this doesn't mean anything for the DeFi space because there are no DeFi projects on here. See, you're looking at it wrong. I saw this list and I immediately looked towards the future. I'm like, okay, if Goldman Sachs is setting up an ETF centered around decentralized finance, and they've chosen these companies, well, that simply means that in the future, probably the immediate future, these companies are going to be leading decentralized finance. That's immediately how I looked at it, because look at the companies on this list. Nokia. Where has Nokia been? I haven't seen a Nokia phone since 2000, and it's been a long time, okay? It's been a long time, yet they're at the top of this list. So clearly they're about to make a comeback, okay? Facebook, Alphabet, Accenture, Microsoft, Digibyte, we know how that goes. Fujitsu, Cisco, Visa, Microsoft, IBM, MasterCard, PayPal. It's right there. PayPal, and then I take you to this. This has got to be my favorite episode of the weekend briefing so far. DeFi, smart contracts on PayPal's radar as payment company looks to expand crypto footprint. Goldman Sachs files for DeFi ETF tied to public companies. Just one more time. DeFi smart contracts on PayPal. I love this space. Anyway, speaking of more big money coming in, we just gave you Golden. We just talked about Robinhood. PayPal, right? State Street. State Street is starting to offer crypto services to their private fund clients following Bitcoin adoption wall on Wall Street. Now, reason why I added this article is because State Street is not only a part of the World Economic Forum, but they are one of those major members when it comes to the ISO 222 implementation. So when I saw this article, when I saw this headline, it confirmed everything that I'm doing. It confirmed to me that this is the future of finance. After putting together all of the pieces, you read the list of member organizations for ISO, you read the list of member organizations for the World Economic Forum, and then you just piece them together. And then you read between the lines. Goldman Sachs is creating a Defi ETF backed by public companies, one of which happens to be PayPal, which is getting into DeFi. Shopify getting into NFTs. It's about to be a very, very great second half of the year. But yes, State Street, one of the ISO banks, is offering crypto services to their private funds. Now, sticking on the subject of numbers, guys, we talk a lot about how early we are to this space. Talk a lot about it. Okay. June, the number was somewhere around 1.2 people out of the entire globe aware of crypto. Well, crypto users numbers have doubled in 6 months. Research carried out by Crypto.com identified more than 220 million users of crypto by the end of June. That's a country. That's a nation right there. Okay? United States clocks in at about 380 million people. It's getting into half. It's almost half. So the number is increasing. The corporations are coming in. As we see, institutions are coming in. This is where the economy is headed, guys. This is where the economy is headed. Now, politicians in every form of media, the IMF, World Economic Forum, Fox News, CNBC, everywhere, from the top of the ladder all the way down, they're all talking about digitization of the economy. They're all talking about it, guys. Okay? That is why I made this channel, so I can bring you these facts as they come out, because they're going to roll out. And like I say, like I've always mentioned, they're not going to tell everybody. They're not going to tell everybody. But we see the puzzle pieces right here. More money coming into the ecosystem. Tezos ecosystem starts 6 grant programs inviting developers to build. This program is going to expand focus merely in Germany and Africa. Okay, so Tezos is expanding their foundation to invite development from a worldwide community from Germany to Africa, which is good, man. I am so effing bullish on Tezos, if you can't tell. Okay, because they tied in. They are tied in with the right people. And I remember when I got into this crypto space, guys, I went to YouTube first. It's my first gateway. And so many people had so many things to say about Tezos. So many people had so many things to say about a lot of the projects that I see now flourishing. So it only just revealed to me that a lot of the people that get into this space, they're not using foresight. They're just trying to make some money, okay? And they don't realize that life-changing wealth can really be made. Like raising $7.7 million from one of a future potential governor of California, okay? Solana-based stablecoin exchange Saber raised that 7.7, and they got it from Chamath Palihapitiya Social Capital Group, okay? Now, this is interesting to me because I am very curious to see how Chamath plays a role in the crypto space, all right? He is a very prominent venture capitalist. Guy's got a lot of money, whole lot of money, and he's been putting it in the right places for the better part of a decade. And in recent years, he has spoken a lot more about cryptocurrency, okay? And then something is just telling me that his involvement in this space is going to have an impact. And of course, he's tapped in with with the project of all projects, Solana. Okay, so that I would advise looking into Chamath's backstory, looking into social capital, the type of things that they invest in, their focus, what they see going forward. He attempted to run for governor of California, I want to say a year before last, and his whole platform was centered around Bitcoin. And this is when Bitcoin was in a bear market. So let that tell you something. But next up, guys, we're rolling here because there's more many monies rolling into the crypto right now. DeFi insurance platform Title Finance has gone live on Polygon. This one is an interesting read, guys. It says Title Finance, an insurance offering aimed at growing decentralized finance, has launched its mainnet token reward system for participants, providing capital to its reserves. Announced Tuesday, Title Finance goes live on Ethereum Layer 2 network Polygon, with a handful of initial clients for a subscription-based insurance model, including StayFi, Zen Finance, Marlin, EasyFi, and BZX. Now, I love Polygon. I really do, and apparently corporations and institutions do too. Okay? It seems like every other week Polygon is hitting the news with another layer 2 use case, if you will. Okay, I remember reporting on Polygon getting into the insurance game, scaling the insurance industry a few months ago. Since then, they have continued those type of things. All right, they're really going to make Ethereum viable for bigger institutions to come in and build on, and they seem to be focusing on insurance, the digitization, tokenization, if you will, of the insurance industry. Okay, now, like I said, guys, the money coming in, and you notice that it's only coming into certain projects. It's only coming into certain projects. These are the projects that are utility. They have the most utility, guys. Now, we're going to get into the main event. Filecoin and HBAR have come together. The deal is done, the ink is dry, and the file is in the cabinet. Filecoin and Hedera Hashgraph announced grant program to propel Web3 interoperability. Today, Filecoin and Hedera Hashgraph are announcing a joint effort to advance the interoperability of Web3, starting with a $200,000 grant program and an initial demo implementation for NFT use cases. The long-term vision is a full range of distributed ledger solutions, including distributed consensus, storage, smart data applications that combine the strength of both networks. Now, another decentralized storage to Hedera NFTs. This is another piece I want to cover, guys. Hedera Improvement Proposal 10 offers an ecosystem standard for NFT metadata. To bolster this new functionality, they needed Filecoin, which enables them to decentralize the storage of JSON schema containing those NFT properties and multimedia or localization data. Okay, I just went back in my seat because as I was reading this, and this is how, this is what entertainment does to you sometimes, but the JSON schema, guys, again, that goes back to ISO. It does. Go and rewatch that video. They talk about these different schemas as being part of the payment system for the collateralization of data. Localization of data, collateralization of data. But either way, this is massive. And then you notice another thing that's being developed. Some more NFT technology. Okay? Some more NFT technology. This is going to be massive. Hedera Hashgraph is being positioned for something. They're being positioned for something, guys. And I feel like it's going to happen this winter. It's going to happen this winter. All right? So, Not financial advice, of course, but I'm filling up on Hedera. Especially with this recent partnership, this being one of their strongest to date. I mean, well, there was LCX last week, but this Web3 interoperability, the JSON schema, like they're being positioned for something massive. And I really, really feel like it's right around the corner. Okay. But either way, guys, there's so much money coming into the space right now. So much money coming into the space. And it would make sense because I have a bonus story for you. I have a bonus story, guys, for those who stick around to the end. Okay. Appreciate y'all. The Binance founder says he's willing to go. They've done it. They've done it. They've broken him. They broke his back. He has admitted defeat. And then all of a sudden, because mind you, this was published July 27th. As of recording, it's the 30th. Within those 3 days, we see Shopify, Goldman Sachs, Robinhood goes public. Everything happened in that order. Hey, I'm not saying, but I'm saying. Binance founder Changpeng Zhao said he's willing to step down whenever he finds a successor who can do a better job. As one of the world's biggest crypto exchanges under pressure from regulators around the world, sought to reinvent himself. Governments and financial watchdogs are paying closer attention to the cryptocurrency industry, often putting in place rules that propose a challenge for exchanges like Binance. Zhao made the remarks after Binance came under concerted scrutiny from regulators worried that its cryptocurrency exchanges could be used for money laundering or that investors fall victim to scams and runaway bets. Financial authorities in Britain, Germany, Hong Kong, Italy, Japan, Lithuania, and Thailand have all recently raised concerns. Speaking to journalists, Zhao gave a frank assessment of the challenges, stating that he wanted to improve relations with regulators. He said Binance would seek their approval and establish a regional headquarters, breaking with its decentralized structure. So he's telling Reuters that they are basically making me do this the way they want me to do this. While emphasizing that he did not intend to leave immediately. Zhao also said that he was open to handing over the reins to a successor. In a quote, he says, "This is not a situation where I am forced to step down," adding that he was willing to pass control to someone who could do a better job. He continues to say that I'm a tech entrepreneur. We are doing this pivot to be a regulated financial institution, and I would be very open to look for a leader with strong regulatory backgrounds. Let me repeat that quote for you. He says, I'm a tech entrepreneur, and we're doing this pivot to be a regulated financial institution. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the year, he stepped down and someone else, someone a bit more chipper, is going to take over. But that just had to highlight that, guys. Final thing I'm going to leave you with, he states that we want to be licensed everywhere. From now on, we're going to be a financial institution. That sums it up right there, guys. So we've been talking for months about this transition. And I think this is one of these videos. This is definitely one of the weekend briefings that highlight that the most. Okay? Binance CEO stated, we are no longer a tech company. We no longer deal with technologies. We are a financial institution, and with that, we have to change some things around. All right? And what they're changing is players in their positions. Players in their positions. I would not be surprised if by the end of the year, someone who used to work for Binance US takes that role. And if that happens, then you already know Binance is going to go to freaking moon, bro. Binance is going to go crazy. Like, Binance, XRP will be the top performing assets for 2021. That's my prediction. If you want one to take with you this weekend, Binance and XRP are going to be the top performing assets this year because of the pressure that they're facing and the position that they are being placed in. Okay, but with all that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button for me so that way you stay updated on all your global crypto adoption from a global perspective. If you want to get in contact with me, you can always send me an email, justnews@gmail. All of those links will be down in the description, guys. I rechanged my description box. It's loaded with, what can I call these? Plugs? It's loaded with plugs. Essentially, guys, links to exchanges to get you onboarded to this crypto space. Get in now. Get in now, because it's like, let me show you again. The numbers have doubled in the last 6 months, guys. Got to get in while you can. And don't sell. Don't sell it. Please don't. Because you only take a loss if you sell. Always remember that. But with all that being said, guys, I want you to have a great weekend. I want you to have a prosperous weekend. Most importantly, make that money. I'll see you in the next video.